What is going on, everybody? Damn. Unfortunately, the Lakers season comes to an end after they lose last night to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, let me tell you guys something. The Lakers, they battled last night. And there's no moral victory. There's none of that. The Lakers competed last night against the OKC Thunder. And there's some good signs, some good things that we saw from last night, but you run up against an Oklahoma City Thunder team. And it's crazy to me that every single bucket that the Lakers were getting, OKC was able to counter. And that is just the story of how good OKC is. And now this leads to the offseason. What is that going to look like? LeBron James, his decision. Austin Reeves, is he going to decline? Is he going to try to deserve? Is he going to try to ask for the max contract? What team are they going to build? What is it going to look like around Luka Doncic? There's so many different layers to this Lakers offseason. And that's why we say this is going to be one of the biggest off seasons in JJ Redick's timeline, Luka Doncic's timeline, and the new Dodgers ownership group coming in and taking over. But I'm going to give you guys my thoughts about last night's game, and then we can discuss a little bit as far as the off season, what that's going to look like. They had their exit interviews. Definitely going to read off some stuff from that. But you guys already know. This might be this is going to be the last time I might be saying this, for the season. And that's my friends at Pachanga Resort Casino. Love them. Love everything that they have over there. A beautiful, beautiful stay if you have not been there. And you can always play your perfect combination at Pachanga Resort Casino, the official Native American resort and casino of the Los Angeles Lakers. Skip the traffic. Head on over to Pachanga Resort Casino just off the I-15 in Temecula. Visit pachanga.com or call 888-PACHANGA for reservations and for more information. So to start off with the game itself, was it frustrating at first? Yeah. Did it seem like the Lakers, like OKC was going to pull away? Yeah, it did. Specifically in that second quarter. And what do you know? Lakers come in, they battled, they competed, and the rotations, was it fine? Yes, it was fine. But I just keep on going back to, and I look at OKC. And let me read you guys a stat line here, all right? Because I always go back to the stats because I like to give you guys this really good information. Is Chet Holmgren, in 35 minutes, he was 6 of 9 from the field, had 16 points. AJ Mitchell, remind you guys, AJ Mitchell is their 9th, 10th guy at best. And he had 28 points last night. 28 points for AJ Mitchell. And there was moments he was just getting to his spots. That 1-0 pull-up is filthy. He's able to take guys off the dribble. I mean, really, really good player. And what OKC has, the fact that he's able to get plugged in and play just like that shows. SGA finally had one of those games. I thought the Lakers did a really, really good job on SGA throughout this entire series. It just happened to be the game last night where he was able to get to his spots. He was able to get to his free throw line extended, do a pull up. I know you can make a lot of cases as far as there were some fouls that were called, and why the hell did he get that foul call? Why did the whistle go in his favor? He still had 35 points. And then you look at, this is where the real glaring topic is Jared McCain comes in 15 minutes. And he hit some big time shots down in the clutch for the OKC Thunder, and he had 13 points. Now, this is where it gets really interesting for the Lakers because we talk about, can they get a good game out of Austin Reeves? Can they get a good game out of LeBron James? And can they also get another good game out of Rui Hachimura? And you get that. You get a 27-point game from Austin Reeves. You get a 24-point game from LeBron James and 12 rebounds from LeBron. You get 25 points from Rui Hachimura, who, by the way, you want to talk about making a name for himself in this playoffs. Rui Hachimura had a really, really good playoff for this entire Lakers playoff run. And he's going to be an interesting one heading into the offseason. By the way, your boy went to the press conference last night. I was over there with one of my crew members, Reese Andrews. He was with me, and we got the pleasure and the experience to go see what the press conference was looking like. And I'll tell you what, a lot of those guys and what they were having to say, every single one of them very, very calculated. LeBron James, I'm undecisive. I don't know what my decision is going to be. Rui Hachimura, undecisive. Don't know how it's going to be. Hold on. Tim, we got something interesting, man. And this is sad news that we have gotten, but people in the YouTube chat have said that Brandon Clark has passed away. And I know that I'm not trying to be a buzzkill or anything like that, but I get this. I'm hoping that's not the case. I'm hoping that's not true. But if that is, that's really threw me off. I was not expecting to hear those news, but we'll make sure that we actually, Brandon Clark has passed away. Sorry, I'm really thrown off by that, you guys. That was really unexpected, and wow, I'm really, really speechless right now. We'll definitely have more into that, as the series go through. But wow, no news on that yet. But there's per reports that he has passed away. But sorry, that was a random transition. I apologize for that. But to just get into the game itself, and I know what you guys are I know what you guys are thinking, and I know there are certain moments in that stretch against OKC, and specifically in that fourth quarter. In that fourth quarter, Austin Reeves is able to get downhill, get to the lane, make a layup. Then you're also able to see Rui Hachimura, a snatch back. When did Rui Hachimura have that in his bag? A snatch back on Chet Holmgren and one from the three-point line. And then you look at it like, okay, Rui Hachimura is in his bag. Rui Hachimura is making big-time shots in big moments, along with Austin Reeves. Him being able to, again, get downhill, his ability to get to the free throw line. Austin Reeves shot 9 free throws, it was 8 of 9. But this moment right here, was in minute 41, and Lakers are down by 5. And then you're just trying to find a way to chip away. And the fact that he was able to get an and one three-pointer off of a snatchback, I ain't gonna lie to you, I didn't know Rui Hachimura had that in his bag. I had no idea he had that in his bag. But the game was lost in the second quarter, if we're being real. Their offense was very, very stagnant. There was a lot of ball watching. There was a lot of watching ISO go one-on-one. But one thing we can't say, one thing we cannot deny is that the Lakers fought, they battled, and they were able to stay within the game. It got to the point I thought we were headed to a game number 5. By the way, to set the scene for you guys, it was loud in the arena. And you want to know why it was loud? And I'm going to just keep it real with you guys. The reason why it was loud, because the get-in price for game number 4 against OKC last night, the get-in price, the lowest, the tickets, the lowest price was $90. $90. So you're not pricing out your fans. I'm not trying to get on a whole rant about that, but I just want to throw that out there. It was really, really loud in there. And I was just more because of the understanding that this could potentially be the last game the fans want to show out and, be there to support the Lakers. But they might need to have a conversation about that, because you're going to get fan base like that and you get energy and people get into it. And then all of a sudden you start to rally. I just thought that was really, really cool to see. But the biggest thing I know you guys want to discuss, and I'm surprised none of y'all in the YouTube chat brought this up, is the decision to sitting Rui Hachimura out. Now, I was talking to my guy, Tim. Who's running this operation today. And he was saying, what the hell was JJ Redick doing subbing Rui Hachimura out in that moment when you're down by 3? Knowing that Rui Hachimura has been your consistent guy for the three-point ball. 50% he was averaging from the three-point line. It's telling you that the moment the shot is going up and the ball is out of his hands, it's damn near guaranteed that the shot was going to go in. But there was that moment you saw. On that court, it was Austin Reeves, LeBron James, Marcus Smart, Luke Kennard, and Maxi Kleber, who did not play at all throughout that game. Now, I'm telling you,
make sense.
I got you, Tim. I'm gonna make it make sense. Maxi Kleber is solely in the. Remember, there was a moment earlier in the regular season that JJ Redick same similar situation where he subbed in Maxi Kleber because of his screens and how well he sets screens and his ability to get guys open. Now, in that regular season game, I can't remember who they were playing in that moment, but the Lakers ended up turning the ball over. Shocker when Maxi Kleber came in. But the reason why they did,
I'm glad you said that. They turned the ball over.
Yeah, they turned the ball over in that moment.
And I got a better question for you.
What's happening here?
What's more important, the ability to hit a three or to set a screen? Because I get the decision, but don't you want your top 3-point shooter on the court over somebody that can screen? And he had the highest in the game.
I hear you, and he was one of the main reasons why the Lakers were able to still find a way to claw back in that game. But JJ looked at it as a schematic standpoint, as far as we have our good screener and Maxi Kleber. The play is generally designed for Austin Reeves and LeBron James. And I'm not trying to be a JJ Redick defender. Trust me, when that moment happened, I was like, wait a minute, I'm counting. I'm like, okay, Maxi Kleber, why the hell is he in the game? I'm looking at it. Why the hell is Luke Kennard? You throw him in the game. Why is Marcus Smart in the game? Why Marcus Smart has not been a good 3-point shooter in this series against OKC. Now I'm looking at it like, I understand LeBron James. I understand Austin Reeves. But Marcus Smart has to be an inbounder because who wants to inbound the damn ball? And I know it sucks because Marcus Smart in that fourth quarter turned the damn ball over left and right. And it was like unforced turnovers. It was like you're speeding yourself up.
You're not getting off on this hook because there's a video. There's a video of the Lakers team, of the players looking down the line at JJ like, yo, why is Rui right here?
Hey, I'm so glad you brought that
on the court.
Tim, I'm so glad you brought that up because the reaction when Austin Reeves missed the shot, which we're like, oh, is it going to go in? And it unfortunately did not go in. Lakers try to foul immediate. OKC called a timeout. But everyone was looking around in that whole media row. I promise you, I cannot make this up. All you guys tuning in right now, I cannot make this up. Everyone had that moment. They're like, why was Rui on the bench? Why is Maxi Kleber in the game? Why is Marcus Smart inbounding the ball? He has a lot of turnovers. But JJ generally drew that play up to get a look for Austin Reeves. He drew that play up. If they countered and they switched and they were fully denying Austin Reeves, we had LeBron James as that secondary option. All right. Now, Luke Kennard was out there. Luke Kennard's a really good 3-point shooter. But you got to think that he probably used Luke Kennard to be a decoy, which in OKC, there's no such thing as a decoy with them because they can just guard 1 through 5. And I think that's what makes it even more difficult and things to wrap our head around. But there's a moment you probably should try to find Rui Hachimura in that moment. Because if you want to use a decoy, OKC's seeing his numbers and they're seeing that he's averaging 50% from 3. I'm totally understandable with you on that, Tim.
So you went to the press game conference.
I did.
You got a chance to hear from the coaches and the players themselves.
Yes.
Did you take the moment to ask JJ, why was Rui on the bench on that play?
So JJ did answer and alluded to it and just saying like, look, we put in Maxi Kleber. Like I explained it to you, is that he sets good screens and there's the ability on his screens to get guys open. The play was drawn up for Austin Reeves, one of the better shot creators on the floor. And when then LeBron James, we're seeing what he was able to do in that series against Houston Rockets, being able to hit a clutch 3-pointer over two defenders. I think, and that's what JJ Redick was pretty much getting to, is that in that moment he felt like that was the best fit for Austin Reeves to get that look, and then secondary option LeBron James, and using Luke Kennard as a decoy because Luke Kennard is literally a 3-point shooting champ in the regular season. So I understand where JJ Redick's come from, but like Ruben in the YouTube chat said, Tim, that game did not just come down to that one play. Someone, I hope I don't butcher his name, but someone in the YouTube chat says, can we speak on LeBron James missing that layup? And LeBron James had a moment, turned a quarter, being able to go downhill, had a floater, missed it. And it's like there was a lot of things in that moment, in that
Bro
touch where Lakers had been really good.
He was gassed. He's 41 years old. He played the whole game. He went for 28 points. Is that the number?
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't have my stats up right now.
No, LeBron went for 24.
24 points. He was playing. If you watch the game, right? You got LeBron locking down their best. Huh?
Oh, there we go. I hear you now.
All right, you got LeBron locking down their best defenders. If you watch throughout the game, he took the assignment on Shea. He took the assignment on AJ Mitchell when they were hot. Yes. So you ridicule the guy for missing a layup at the end? Like, what else does he need to do?
I understand, man. And think about it. There's moments where LeBron James, a rotation comes over. The rotation comes over in that moment, and you see it. Like, I understand you have a floater, but you're LeBron James. You're physical. You got size. And I know we're going to hit this break real quick. But there could have been a moment, like Brian in the YouTube chat says, that moment where our Isaiah Hartenstein rotates over. He had a lob to Jackson Hayes potentially, and then Jackson Hayes be able to throw it down. Jackson Hayes, by the way, had 18 points. Tim, let's not overlook that. We're going to discuss that more. But before we do, Tim, you already know what we have to do. I let my partners at Pachanga give you guys a quick word.
At Pachanga Resort Casino, you can rock and roll, sip and slide, twist and shout. Play your perfect combination at Pachanga Resort Casino, official Indian gaming sponsor of the Lakers.
What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to Lakers Talk Daily. Fortunately, again, the Lakers got swept. Season came to an end last night against the Oklahoma City Thunder. And you guys have been really, really on it today on Lakers Talk Day. And I appreciate all you guys tuning in the YouTube chat. And there's another thing we got to bring up, Tim, is the Lakers got a really good defensive stop. And that's in a moment where SGA was cooking. AJ Mitchell was cooking. AJ Mitchell was able to get downhill, a nice sort of running floater, and Tim, Brian in the YouTube chat, like I said, these guys, people in the YouTube chat, they're on fire, man. He said, I was more mad at that stupid turnover by LeBron after a rebound. And you know what? Guess what? Just like Ruben said, there was countless plays that led to the Lakers losing. There was not one play that had the Lakers losing that game. It's you get a good defensive stop. And you got LeBron James being able to have a post up, and you have Alex Caruso, the smaller guy in him. Jackson Hayes gets a really good block, outlet up. LeBron James is downhill, score. But I think the biggest thing we have to realize is that there was unforced turnovers. LeBron James dribbling off someone's floater, getting poked behind in a moment where you have to secure it, slow down, and get a good shot, because you have to try to find a way. And they found a way to stop OKC from countering and scoring. But then you turn the ball over, and that has been the same story, Tim, with this Lakers.
We are who we are.
Damn, man.
We average 18 turnovers a game. Like, what? You can't expect us not to be us. We're gonna be us every time.
Bro, and it's like, damn, man. And I'm not gonna lie to you, heading into this damn offseason, bro, it's gonna be a lot. And I think that's where the transition kind of needs to go to, man.
I'm glad you said that. So I've got the contract list for you, so that you can look at what our contracts are looking like, who may be here, who's expiring, and let's talk about it.
Okay, let's see this, man. Let's see this, because I believe Bobby Marks put something out, and Bobby Marks put some out as far as like expiring deals, who's going to be on the free agency, and how much Lakers cap space is going to be. And we understand who the free agents are as far as LeBron, as far as Austin Reeves, and then you look at who is going to be back on this roster. You got Luka Doncic for sure, of course. Luka Doncic did that contract extension. Jared Vanderbilt will be returning. DeAndre Ayton has a player option. Marcus Smart has a player option.
Well, all right. Go back to Ayton, because breaking news.
Yeah, let's hear
it. There is a possibility that DeAndre Ayton may not pick up his player option and may go for and may actually go to look to get more money.
Hey, look, I wouldn't say if he were to do that, I'm not going to make it seem like that's the greatest thing for the Lakers, but it does help out because it's one less thing you have to worry about in DeAndre. By the way, he's only making $8 million. Like, that's chump change to this new Lakers front office. But still, that creates more cap space if he were to move on and try to get into a market that he feels like at its best. Marcus Smart was only making about $5 million if I'm looking at that right, Tim, $5 million. And Marcus Smart, he can make that case that he believes that, hey, look, I had done a lot in this, in my role as far as with Luka Doncic out, as far as Austin Reeves out. I was basically one of the reasons, not to say I was one reason to why we had success against the Houston Rockets, what he was able to do, especially in game number 2. You had the Marcus Smart game. He may be trying to opt out and head and test the market and see if he can get more. Marcus Smart is at the age of 32. And then we already know what LeBron James' situation is going to be. We're going to be waiting on LeBron James and seeing what that decision is going to be. And then Austin Reeves, which Peter loves this conversation, and seeing what the market is going to look like for Austin Reeves. Reports are already being out there that he's going to be commanding $40 million. We'll see. But as far as the guys that I'm looking at, you got Jake LaRavia still under contract. Damn. But Jake LaRavia is a guy that only makes $6 million. So it's like, all right. And then you got Dalton Connect. Dalton Connect, don't bring him back. I don't think there's a reason to bring Dalton Connect back.
He's under contract.
He's under contract still? Oh, damn. Okay. I read that wrong. So, okay. So let's just go around again. So here are the free agents. LeBron, potentially Austin Reeves, potentially DeAndre Ayton, and potentially Marcus Smart. Because Austin Reeves has a player option. He's most likely going to decline. DeAndre Ayton has a player option. Reports is that he possibly will decline. And then Marcus Smart has a player option. He probably will decline, right? Because Lakers got him as a steal. Rui Hachimura, it's another guy that you're going to look like. He had a really good playoff. And it's not like he had a drop-off. Rui Hachimura had a really good playoff performance. And it was very, very consistent. And he wasn't a liability on the other end of the basketball court. So his contract and what that's going to look like. Are they going to be able to run it back with him? Jackson Hayes, he's got a Slovenian passport. Ain't no way he's not going to be. He's going to be returning. Luka Doncic, there's no reason why they're working hand in hand, and he's been a big advocate. Luka Doncic has been a big advocate for him. They have the same agent. Jackson Hayes most likely is going to be back. Maxi Kleber. All right, so whatever. Go ahead.
Let me throw you a curveball.
All right.
I got a curveball for you. So we're looking at these numbers right here, right?
Yes.
And I got a proposition for you.
Okay.
And don't kill me in the chat, guys. But hear me out.
Oh, boy.
LeBron James was the number 2 leading scorer in this series.
Yep.
He was the number 1 leading scorer in the Houston series.
Mm-hmm. He
showed you that he could play as a third option and the first option throughout this season.
Yep.
$52 million. What could you do with that if you spread that out to other players?
Oh, man. $52 million is a lot, Tim, because Lakers right now, they're looking into having $47 million cap space, which includes their first round and the Austin Reeves free agent hold and other free agents that will be renounced. But that $52 million can be spread out, and it allows you to try to create more teams. Because J.J. Redick spoke on it, Tim, in his exit interviews. We need to get bench depth. We need to get 8 to 9 guys. He said
that's what I'm saying. LeBron did you a favor, putting up these numbers, showing he could be a third option, so that now he's an asset. Now he's a an asset that we can let go that somebody else might want. We could do a sign and trade.
Look, bro, and that's the thing because we were like, whoa, where else is he going to go? And you heard the reports of Golden State. You heard the reports of New York. But when I be in that press conference, Tim, LeBron James just generally does not know. And I don't know. And I think, and sometimes like smoke and mirrors, it's just like, he already knows what the questions are going to be. It's expected. He's going to get asked that question. What is father time and when is retirement? When is it looking like? But he still can make a strong case. Like, look, I won the series for you guys against Houston. I have the guys bought in on the rest of the roster with Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves out, two of our main scorers. LeBron James has a lot of things that he could potentially head in when it comes to negotiations if he still decides to play. And he can still try to be making a lot of money. And then Austin Reeves, it's like you have that conversation as well, Tim, is he had 2 good games in this series, right? He started getting his rhythm. He started to be able to get downhill. Offensively looks good, but he's still not good on the other end of the basketball court. And you want to ultimately try to pair him up with Luka Doncic. And this could be a scenario where Lakers are bringing some of these guys right back. But also, it's like you don't want to bring some of these guys right back because you're trying to find a team that can contend. Because you have Luka Doncic in his prime, and you want to try to exert as much out of that as you can, Tim. And that is why this offseason is very, very confusing. It's very, very frustrating because you don't want to give guys $40 million.
So speaking on that, there's another guy none of us talk about this because we love him. He's a fan favorite. But let's talk about Rui. Okay. He's getting $18 million right now. Mm-hmm. He put up the highest 3-point percentage in playoff history.
Yep.
Where is that number going?
Look, man. Look, Rui Hachimura, he's going to be another one, is what the value is going to be like. How much are we willing to pay him? And it's going to be very, very frustrating because if they pay Austin Reeves a lot of money, you might not be able to get into the market and try to get a 3-and-D wing guy who is young, like a Peyton Watson, or Tari Eason heading in there, who's probably going to be a restricted free agent. And it's like, what is that value going to look like for Rui Hachimura? You got people in the YouTube chat, give Rui 20 to 25 mil, 22 to 25 mil. Brian's saying give Rui 3 years, $50 million. But Rui Hachimura, I don't know, because he might be stingy.
Context: Tari Eason is currently at 5.6.
Okay, and look at that. That's a steal that the Rockets have with Tari Eason. But I don't know, his playoff performance and what he did with the Houston Rockets was not really good. So his value might hit a little bit lower. But ultimately, Tim, man, this is really going to be the biggest offseason. And just to kind of read more stuff off, and I'm kind of giving you guys a little bit more time today because who knows if Lakers Talk Daily is going to be able to be carried forward for this week.
Hey, we're not going to doom and gloom this day. We're not going to doom and gloom this. We're going to be what it is.
We're gonna make sure that we give you guys as much time as needed today for Lakers Talk Daily, man. But just seeing what the extra interviews and going off from there, because the roster, all that stuff, we gave you guys the numbers. We gave you guys who's going to be the free agents, who's guaranteed to be back on this Lakers roster. Rob Pelinka came out and said the playoffs are all about matchups and roster fullness. Having a less than full roster is never an excuse in this business. It's just a circumstance. And he's saying that, like, in terms of this season, he said there's a lot to be proud of, but nothing to be satisfied with. Have that mentality heading to the offseason, Rob Pelinka, because this new ownership group coming in, there is much work that needs to be done. You need to get depth. You need to get guys that can defend. You need to get guys that you can trust coming in out of rotation. You need a certified big man. You can't have a guy like Deondre Ayton who in the final game of the season is only getting 3 shots and only getting 3 damn rebounds. Can't have that, man. And I get it. You can call the 16-2 run from late February through the end of March a strong data point and a proof of concept that will inform the way the franchise puts this roster for next season. I'm just very, very curious of what trick these guys have up their sleeve. And it's going to be really, really interesting. This is definitely going to be the biggest offseason for the Los Angeles Lakers. And I know all you guys in there, you guys are probably going to be really upset if we see the same type of roster coming back. And there might be a time where the Lakers might have their hands full and they have no choice but to bring guys back, depending on really what that contract is going to look like for LeBron, for Austin Reeves, the decision of whether LeBron is going to retire, Rui Hachimura. Like, the Lakers got a lot of things that they're going to need to figure out heading into this offseason. But I want to take this moment as we are winding down. Lakers Talk Daily. And this is really, really a heartfelt message to you guys. This was my first time doing a show live. Lakers Talk Daily was one of those that I will record and it will get edited. We'll put it up on our YouTube channel. We had conversations, and the ability for me being able to do this live strictly on our ESPN LA YouTube channel came as a start of the second half of this NBA season. And it was something that I was really excited. It's something that I really wanted to do. And it's something that I really, really take pride in, and something that I really, really care about. And you guys have been really, really awesome. Honestly, you guys have been great in the YouTube chat. And for it being my first time ever doing a show live, I had a lot of learning curves. And I had a lot of things I needed to get corrected, a lot of things I needed to fix and get better at. And as I'm evolving and as I am growing, you guys have been a big help in the YouTube chat, especially my crew back there, Tim, as you guys saw in today's episode, my guy, John, Brooke, Reese, Carlo, our whole social media team. I'm very, very grateful for you guys as well. And this is not the end. Don't get me wrong. We're going to be doing a lot of heavy hitting when it comes to offseason for the Los Angeles Lakers, because it's going to be huge. And I can't wait to elaborate more into this offseason, the signings, the trades, the draft, every single thing. Definitely want to be able to provide that for you guys on Lakers Talk Daily. But honestly, this is something that has been really, really beneficial, and I'm really, really happy to be doing this for you guys. And Lakers Talk Daily, it's going to continue throughout the offseason. We're going to make sure we give good breakdowns, especially all the different moves that are going to be made, because we all deserve that. But we'll see. And as for to close this out, Tim, you got something to say real quick?
Hey, be cush. You're right. Greg gonna keep it alive.
But no, thank you guys for the heartfelt messages in the YouTube chat, man. Really, again, thank you guys so much, man. It's really, really awesome, man. Like, I first time ever doing a show live. And I ain't gonna lie to you, Tim knows it was nerve-wracking. It was really, really nerve-wracking, bro. But,
we've been working it out though. We're a team at this point.
Yeah, for sure, man. And like I said, you guys have been a big advocate in the YouTube chat, man. And like I said, we're not done, Tim, right? We're gonna make sure we get this done. Lakers Talk Daily.
I got a video for y'all to close us out, because we got to end on the right terms, guys.
All right, let's see what we got. Oh, come on, man. No.
Dominating, baby.
No, why are we? No. Oh, you just ruined my day, man. You just ruined my day, Tim. What the hell is you guys in the YouTube chat? What the hell is Tim trying to do to us, man? Why the hell is he doing this to us, man?
Hey, send that man to the Bahamas.
Oh my God. You just we were having such a high note and a lot of good things going on, and you just decided to throw out the dominating chain at the worst time, knowing damn well he only had 3 shot attempts and only had 3 rebounds. What the hell is wrong with you, Tim? Oh my God.
Bring on.
I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna be like Debo and snatch that chain, man. Let's talk about what chain, homie. Oh man. Hey, I might need to get an iced out chain like that too. I'm gonna get D-Hawk, just like Ruben in the YouTube chat says. But man, Tim, you like the troll, and I love it, man. But again, thank you guys so much, man. The YouTube chat, appreciate you guys. We'll be talking to you guys real soon for this offseason. The biggest offseason is what we like to call it here on 710 ESPN. For my guy Tim, the whole crew back there, Brooke, Carlo, as I mentioned, Reese, John. So all the guests that are able to come on to Lakers Talk Daily, hopefully we'll be able to get some more, which we definitely will get some more guests coming on this show. But Lakers season comes to an end after they get swept by the OKC Thunder. Stay locked in. Have a great rest of your day. I will be talking to you guys soon. And for that, we are out, man.